All right, guys, so got workout number 3 for this week. This is gonna be starting with a lot more legs than our first workout, and not quite as much core as our second. So we're getting a lot of that leg work in today. So make sure these positions make sense. It's gonna be a little more important with some of the stuff we're doing today. We are gonna do reverse lunge with a knee tuck. We are going to do some curtsies with a forward hold, and we're gonna hit a little bit of our core doing some paddling, and our shoulders doing our bag 8. So the only thing you're gonna need today, your plastic bag or whatever we're using for the figure 8s, and our heavier weight for some of these movements. So, or for one of the movements. So, starting with our lunge and the knee, we're gonna do 60 seconds each leg. And then when we go to the curtsy lunge, we're alternating sides, we're going side to side, so that's gonna be 60 seconds altogether. And then with our paddling, you will need something to sit on about hip high. Really anything where you can sit comfortably, lean back, and your feet are going to be flat on the floor still. So as long as you can keep your feet flat, sit your butt down and lean back a little bit, that's fine. You could still do this on the back of the couch, definitely on the bed, probably not a chair, maybe a desk table, anything like that. So again, just kind of find something as long as your heels are down. So starting with our first movement. The biggest thing here is going to be your instability, because once that front leg is tired, you're going to be falling all over the place, trust me. So starting feet about shoulder width, maybe a little bit closer, starting with my right leg. So I'm going to step back into a lunge. I don't need to go all the way down. I just want to push that knee down, step back up through, and bring that knee up. I want to try to get my knee above my hip. Back down, back up through. Now, if I start to lose my balance here, the thing you got to remember, your stability comes from your core. So if you're all over the place like you're on a balance beam, make sure you're keeping your core tight like you're holding a plank. Not like you're trying to do a sit-up while we're doing some of this, but take that breath, put it behind your belly button, and go through. Don't necessarily need to hold your breath the whole time, but finding those moments where you can breathe is part of the trick. So when I go back, holding at the bottom of the lunge for a second. When I come up, I'm holding that knee for a second. When I'm coming up into my knee, I don't want to do it like a knee strike where my shoulders go back. I want to curl my shoulders forward to try to really get that core to engage. 60 seconds here, 60 seconds here. Smooth, controlled, strong movement. Then we grab our weight. Obviously, you can hold it from the sides like this. That's going to kind of distract from the exercise. I want to feel this in the backs of the shoulders, a bit in the arms, and some of the back muscles as we go through this. So I would opt holding it a little more underneath rather at the sides so much where that puts a lot of strain on my shoulders. Here, now the strain is a lot more on my muscles, particularly in my back and the backs of my shoulders. So holding this straight out front, I'm gonna take my feet a little bit wider. That'll be good anyway. So, a little bit wider, holding this out front. I curtsy to the left, back to center, curtsy to the right. Notice the water is moving with me. I am not trying to keep the water centered by doing something like this. That is gonna put a lot of strain at the front of the knee and a lot of strain on positions in the back that we are not looking to activate here. I want this to be from the bottom of the ribs up, not anything on the lower back. If you're feeling any of these movements in the lower back, we gotta get that position down. So, make sure, again, you're not trying to keep this bottle from moving. We're not trying to Indiana Jones it, where we can't move it, or everything's gonna come crashing down. We gotta slide that thing off to the side. So both lunges and our curtsies. So now we're gonna go into our paddling. All we gotta do here is sit nice and tall. By tall, I mean ribs up. Not forward, not arching your back. I just want to pick those ribs up, and from here, I'm going to hinge at my hip. Hands go behind, or hands go on my head. Just putting my fingertips behind my ears. Keeping those ribs up, I'm going to drop one elbow, bring the other forward, and this is like kayaking, paddling a kayak. If you have a mop handle or a broom handle, anything like that you can put behind you and kind of work this, that's great. I just don't have one handy. So this is the next best thing. So we're gonna hit a lot of the lower lats there, and some of the spinal erectors, and a bit of the obliques. So this is not gonna be the transverse abdominals, your six-pack muscles. We're gonna feel it a lot more on the sides. 60 seconds, nice, smooth, ribs up position as we go through that. Last one, they're bag 8. If you didn't do these last week, allow me to remind you. We're gonna put our hands into the bag with a little bit of an angle. I'm not trying to be parallel here. I want to have a little bit of an angle as I do this. And I'm just putting one hand in one corner, other hand in the other corner, kind of grab the ends of the bags, push out with my wrists, and then down, up, just drawing that figure 8 with my shoulders, keeping that outward tension going and moving through. So 60 seconds on each lunge and knee, 60 seconds on our curtsies, 60 seconds on our paddling, 60 seconds on our figure 8s. This is gonna be a heck of a finish to our workouts this week. So make sure you got everything you need to go. I'm gonna start in about 30 seconds. So again, really no equipment aside from the bag and your gallon jug. I've already started to tear this a little bit, but even so, I'll be able to get a couple more workouts out of this, and it's just a plastic bag. I've got like 50 of these at home. So getting ready to start the lunges. Make sure you're remembering to keep that core tight. That gut check. Get ready to take a punch to the stomach the whole time we're doing this. And begin. Good pause. Good knee. Find those spots where you can breathe in and breathe out. Bring that knee up. It's a good time to exhale. Keep those ribs down. Don't let yourself lean back. Keep those abdominals working. I'm talking too much. Losing my stability. Plus, My legs really burn. Try not to move out of that position. Stay tight. Okay, switching legs. That was bad. If you don't get a good hold, don't be afraid to redo the rep. We're looking to control those muscles, and if we're not, we're kind of missing why we're doing the workout. Don't let that front leg move. Don't let that front leg move. Keep working. Keep working. Okay. Grabbing this, getting under, little wider stance. Again, just make sure keeping shoulders forward, keeping hips square. I'm not looking for any rotation, looking to sit into my front hip and my back quad. Stay nice and tall. Try to control that breathing. Thank God. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and we sit. And we sit. And we get tall. And we sit back. And we just paddle. Okay. And we paddle. Keep those ribs up. Try not to let yourself slouch. Really, really easy to do. Almost there. Keep those ribs up. Keep sitting back a little bit. 10 more seconds. Do anything for 10 seconds. Right? Right? Ah. In a bag. And our bag. Again, just start to move. Find the position as you get into it. And this bag has a tear in it. My shoulders are on fire. So even if your gear isn't perfect, even if your movement isn't flawless, you're working. These muscles are remembering how to turn on and remembering how to act when they are fatigued. Again, pair this with a beach body workout or a HIIT program. Make sure you're hitting all angles. Come on, 15 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. We almost made it. We almost made it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, these workouts had better be as tough for you as they are for me, otherwise I'm going to be very, very embarrassed. At the end of our first week of Caveman Quarantine workouts, I'll be putting out another 3 next week. Different combinations, some repeats of the exercises. There are a few constants I want to make sure we're doing on a regular basis. Again, particularly for the shoulder and the back health. But comment if you have any questions. Message me on Instagram or Facebook if you can, and if you need anything clarified. I hate these Boy Scout summer camp kind of workouts, just trying to come up with all this stuff like it's arts and crafts. But hopefully you are getting what you need. You're getting those muscles work. You're getting those muscles engaged. And again, we are just trying to make sure we don't lose too much of what we built before we get back to our regular training. So combine this with whatever you need to. Get out and run if you can. Do a HIIT program, any of that kind of stuff. Aside from that, continue to stay healthy, stay active, and I'll see you next time.